All right, hello and welcome. Merry Christmas Eve for those here live and those that celebrate. My name is Shauna. I'll be taking you through class today. So here's our disclaimer. You're about to engage in intense physical activity. Proceed with caution. Do not attempt to perform any movements or activity that exceed your current physical capabilities. Participants with injuries, high blood pressure, chronic health conditions, recent chest pain, or that have any other condition that may limit their ability to participate should consult their physician or healthcare provider before proceeding. All right, here we go. Welcome, Jean. All right, go ahead and start the hands in front of the chest. Going to start with our breathing. Now breathe in, stretch up nice and tall. And exhale, relax the arms down to the side. Good job. We're going to take that 2 more times. If you know the drill, close the eyes, pull the chin in, elongate the back of the neck, and exhale, relax. Very good. Last time through. Imagine your spine lifting up out of your hips, head lifting up out of your neck, and then let it all go. Very nice. Just gonna get a little bounce back and forth, kind of grip the toes down, and then we're gonna go into our gates of heaven. You just wanna allow the arms to be heavy and guide with the hips. There we go. It's nice, smooth breathing here. Very good. A few more times back and forth. Very nice. From here, we're going to go one hand on the hip. The other hand is going to reach up to overhead. Allow the hips to glide. Follow with your gaze. Peering up. Get a nice stretch and then take one nice deep breath at the top. Relax and switch sides. Same thing, other side. Hand on the hip. Just gently let that hip glide to the side. Reaching up, following it with your gaze. Nice breath there, and then we'll take it down. Fantastic. We're going to go one more time each direction. Just go ahead and see if you can reach just a little bit farther, following the hand over your head, not forcing. Breathe, and then relax and switch when you're ready. Fantastic. Palm up, reaching across, and all the way down. Fantastic. Go ahead and walk your feet in a little bit closer. Toes straight ahead. We're going to our Jefferson curl. Chin to the chest. And just slide the hands down, reaching down for your ankles. Seeing kind of how far you get. And then in the bottom, take a nice deep breath into the back of the ribs. Exhale and relax. If you feel grounded and comfortable here, one more time. Breathe deep. Just allow your body to hang, staying strong in the midline, strong in the legs. And then as able, tuck the hips under, make your way back up to the top. Very good. From here, step your left foot forward, right foot back. We're going to mirror each other. So you're going to take your right arm, take it across to your left, pull that arm into the side. Now we're going to shift the hips forward and rotate towards the front leg. Back to the start. Shift the hip, fire the glute, and rotate over. Once more. Back forward. That makes number 3. And then we're going to pivot ourselves around. Same thing, other direction. So now you have your left foot back. Check in with that right foot. Make sure the heel is planted, shin vertical. Left hand to the right shoulder. Hug that arm down and in as you just gently drive that back hip forward. Fire in the glute and turn your body towards your right. About 3 times here. Come out of it. Sink into it. And once more. Back out of it. And across, and shake it out. Good job. We're going to go into some side step and arm swings here. Step to the side, open the shoulders. Very good. All right, after this here, we're going to go into some pause march to start, and then we'll pick up the tempo from there. So go ahead and come to center, pull those shoulders back, stand nice and tall. Opposite hand, opposite foot, you're going to lift and pause, and then down and shift. Up and hold. Very good. As little shift as possible through the hips. Grip the toes. Very nice. Side to side. Yep. About 10 more seconds here, then we'll go into either a step jack or jump jack, so to get a little bit more blood flow going. And whenever you're ready, stepping it out to the side, arms up to overhead. There you go, nice. And if you're feeling warmer, I want to add a nice little hop to it. See how long this hat hangs on? Woo! Good job, 10 more seconds here. 2, 1, and we're gonna bring it down. Some good mornings next. So walking the feet in, toes straight ahead, hands behind the head, bend into the knees, and then from here, we're hinging at the hips. Long spine, bowing forward. Say hello to the hamstrings, squeeze the glutes and stand. 3 to 5 at your own tempo. Just sending the hips long, feeling that stretch along the back of the thighs, and standing tall. Good job. Straight up and forward, long spine, standing from there. Very good. We're gonna go back to the march. Now we're gonna go cross body punch. Very nice, yep. Breathe and punch. Fantastic, good job. 10 seconds. And then one more time through on the jump jacks. 2, 1, and here we go. Stepping or jumping. Nice. Fantastic, good job. 15 more seconds. We're gonna take it down for some more stretching. Get ready for our first circuit. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. We're gonna go behind the back stretch before we take it to the floor. So wide base stance, interlace the hands, open up through the chest. And then with a bend in the knees, heels planted firmly, you can send the hips back, pull the arms up to overhead. And just rock side to side. Fantastic. From here, we're going to take it down to the floor, hands and knees, stretching out the forearms. So once you get down there, palms down, fingers towards you. And you're just going to gently rock back and rock side to side. We'll be working some push-ups in the first set. And then we have some Renegade rows or plank rows later on. So a little bit of support through the wrist today. Interlace the hands. So we're going to turn them in. So the fingers interlace here and then rock side to side. Good. And then place the hands underneath the shoulders, fingers pointing straight away. Walk your knees in so that they're touching and go into a hip rock. Just gently bring the hips to one side, back to center, and then across to the other side. Two to three times there. Once you finish that hip rock, let's kick one leg out to the side. And we're gonna rock back about 3 times, opening that inner thigh. Forward, reach the arms nice and long, kind of doubles as a little bit of a child's pose, stretching out through the lats. Forward, and again, reaching the hands long as you drop the hips back. Fantastic. When you're ready, same thing other side, kicking the other leg out, reach the arms out, and rocking the hips back. 3 times here. We're going to go into down dog next. Good job. Really reach that arm long, opening through that inner thigh. Breathe in that back position, and then come out of it when you're ready. Wide hand print, placing the hands underneath the shoulders. Turn the toes under, hips high, and then just gently pulse the head between the arms. Trying to extend up, long out of the floor. Open the back of the legs. And then when you're ready, walk out those heels. Say hello to the calves. A couple more each time, dropping the heel down towards the floor. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring the knees to the floor, take it over onto your back. All right, so knees up and together, arms out to the side. Just nice and gentle, bringing both legs to one side, looking over the opposite shoulder. And then use your midline, up and across. Turn your head the other way. 2 knee twist here, just gently back and forth. Let's go about 1 more time each side, just as you feel. And back across. Once you finish each side, we're gonna go feet flat on the ground, the knees bent, and we'll just gently pulse the hips up and forward for a few glute bridges. Our first circuit today is gonna be some alternating deadlifts. If you wanna progress to that elbow high position for the deadlift high pull, you can do that. Or if you're someone that's done some dumbbell snatches before, if you'd like to do those, you're welcome to it. I'm gonna be demoing the dumbbell deadlift. And then maybe on the second round, we'll talk about that high pull, but just keeping it simple this morning. All right, let's go 1 more bridge here. Really fire the glutes, pull the chin in as well, stretch out the back of that neck. And then when you're ready, relax it down, hug both knees into the chest. All right, we're gonna finish up down here, rolling onto the side, quad stretch. So feel free to pop up on your elbow, lengthen out 1, grab your foot, pull the heel towards your glute, set the shoulder back, and we're gonna hold this guy just over 20 seconds. Good job. 1 more nice deep breath. Go ahead and relax that foot, spin it around, same thing other side. If you're up on the elbow, make sure it's stacked right underneath that shoulder. Grab that top heel, shoulder back, drive the thigh back. 20 seconds here. Stretching is a great time to just try to help the whole body relax. You can close the eyes as well. Take some deep breaths and just gently opening up in that stretch. Couple more. And relax. Nice work. All right, let's go ahead, make your way over to all fours. I wanna just kind of talk through the push-up really quick. So definitely recommend if you wanna elevate the hands on a chair or hands underneath the shoulders. If you're on the knees or on the toes, whichever version you use, I'd like to see the chest come all the way down. Elbows come more out to towards the torso, not winging wide. And we're doing a T push-up. So you come down, you come up. If you're on your knees, you're gonna wanna come to your feet. You're gonna lift up out of that bottom shoulder and rotate. Back down, knees or toes, chest all the way down, up into a plank and rotate. If anything's not comfortable on your shoulder, you can do the plank rotations where you just stay up at the top of the push-ups and rotate side to side. Okay, those can also be done elevated. That's gonna be the second part after the deadlifts start. All right, so go ahead and make your way up. And we're gonna be going upwards of 60 seconds on each. I'll give you 30 and 45 seconds, and then we'll have 15 seconds in between movements. So for the deadlift, we're gonna stand over top of the weights, wide base stance, chest is tall, and you wanna keep this weight right near in between your ankles. So if you're not sure on this, just kind of watch on the first round and build into it as you're ready. Otherwise, those of you that are ready, we're standing tall. Pick 1 arm to start, have this be a warm-up round, and here we go. Fire the glutes, hinging over, switching arms. Very good. Long spine, just like that warm-up we did with the good morning, where you send those hips back. Squeeze the glutes as you stand tall. Very good. And depending upon your weight, if it doesn't feel appropriate for 1 arm, you can always hold on with 2. Up and down with 2 throughout. And depending upon your experience, that's 30 seconds. So if you're new to these, rest there. Head neutral as well. So as I bow forward, chin in, looking towards the floor. That's 45 seconds. Very nice. And those of you going the full minute, almost there. Let's go 2 more. and 2, 1, and rest and rotate. Good job. Set the weights out of the way. Making our way down for those push-ups. And don't feel like you have to go that full minute, right? Take a break as needed. Again, working on good positionings of the upper body. So place the hands underneath the shoulders. Knees or toes, 2, 1, here we go. Coming down, midline strong as you push up and out, rotating, lifting up out of that bottom shoulder. So really push into the floor as you pivot. And watch that position of the low back. So midline nice and tight. We'll commonly see people start to arch. That's 30 seconds in. And if you get to where you're like, okay, my push-ups are done, just do the plank portion where you just stay at the top of the plank, switching sides to side there. Otherwise, that's 45 seconds, 15 seconds left. Very nice. Everything strong, 2, 1, and relax. Very good. Go to kind of walk yourself out of it. We'll take 30 seconds till we start set 2. Grab a drink of water. All right, we're gonna go back to those deadlifts. We got 10 seconds. If you have a lighter weight and want to advance the movement, you could do a high pull where you stand and bring the elbow through above the shoulder. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, regular deadlift or high elbow. Nice. Looks good, Jean. Hinging over, standing tall. And if you are doing the high pull position, you want to have the elbow going straight up in the air. Very good. Still same idea of the mechanics. Long spine, knees push out. Breathe, fantastic. That's 30 seconds in. Nice. And that's 45. Good job, Sharon, be smart. Now you're supposed to be doing some modifications today, so do that as you need. Just over 45. And 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Good work. Back to the push-ups or the plank support. Get a good position for the hands. Remember, wider base on the feet for those rotations. Whenever you're ready, here we go. Lower and down. Pushing through and rotate. Nice. Also, if you're like at the place where you feel as though knee push-ups don't challenge you as much as you'd like, but the toe feels too demanding, lower down on your toes and then come up on the knees. That's a good way to build that strength. We're 30 seconds in. Most commonly, we'll see people kind of jut those shoulders forward as they lower. So think about what it feels like to bring those shoulder blades back and down your rib cage. That's 45, just over. Tight midline. Good. And 2, 1, 30 seconds rest. Nice work. All right, I'll be back to the deadlifts, or you can stick with those high pulls. Grab a quick drink, stay hydrated. The more hydrated you are, that also helps with having like cravings for sweets. And I know this time of year, it's really easy to be focused on those sweets. So stand tall, wide base stance, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, long spine. Feel free if you want to stick with that high pull. I've gone a little bit heavier and back to the deadlift. Heels planted. Looks good, very nice. Job, lead with that elbow, Jean, straight up towards the ceiling, elbow high. There you go, good. That's 30 seconds. Beautiful. Third and final round here. 45. Keep the breathing consistent. Movement should look the same each rep. Maybe one more each arm. And 2, 1. Final transition to the push-ups. All right, starting in 10, final round. Be smart here. Nice wide handprint. Place it underneath the shoulders. And 2, 1, here we go. Still keeping those elbows. They're not like tight to the sides, but you just want to avoid that wide angle at the elbow. So about 30 to 45 degrees out from your sides of your body. Starting to get a little winded now. Doing well, folks. And don't let those hips drop. So hips stay high. While it's not ideal, I'd almost rather see you pike your hips high than to arch and let the hips drop low. Over 30 seconds. Smooth. That's 45. Anytime where you feel like, okay, my push-ups are done, remember you can just stay with the plank, rotating side to side there. 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful job. Let's stay down here. If your water is nearby, grab a drink. We're gonna do a couple of stretches on the floor before our next piece. Nice work. Let's go ahead and kind of roll out those wrists. We're gonna get ready for some lunges next. So we're gonna open up the hips. If you prefer to do this seated, you can, or join me down on the floor. I'm gonna do a seated figure 4. So I'll lengthen one leg out. I'm gonna take my right leg to start across the left side of the body, and I'm gonna walk my left foot in and looking to open up this outer hip here. So you can do it standing figure 4, seated figure 4, or lying on your back. Nice deep breaths. Looks good, Jean. Good balance. And relax and switch legs. Same thing, other side. Cross it over, walk it in. We're doing that standing figure 4 as well. It's great balance. All right, we're going to be doing 3 rounds. Similar concept of what we just did, but we're just going to cycle 2 new exercises. Go ahead and come out of that stretch when you're ready. Reverse lunges, weighted or unweighted. We've got a full minute on those. Same idea. I'll tell you at 30 and 45, you want to cut it a little short, make it smart for you, and then we'll take it down for our Renegade row or the plank row. You can always go elevated here and row with the elbows high. Otherwise, we'll be down on the floor, holding some weights, and so on. Okay. So if you know these, go ahead and get started with me. If you're like, hey, I'm not really familiar with the lunge, I'm going to talk you through it on this first round. So we're going to start in 10 seconds. And I'd rather have you start unweighted unless you have a lot of experience and you're confident with these. You can add weight on the later rounds. So it's alternating legs. So you can start on any leg you want. Standing tall. Here we go. You're going to step back. Under control, you're bringing that back knee down, keeping the front shin vertical. Drive that heel into the floor to stand. Switch legs. Tall chest. Controlling the knee down, front shin vertical, drive through that heel and stand. Good job. Back and down, up and forward. Just going as far as you're confident. Chest tall. That's our 30 seconds. This is where I like to play pretend that I'm on the beach and I'm digging my front foot into the sand, gripping the toes, trying to make a nice deep footprint. I like propel yourself up and forward. Good, 45 seconds. Whoops, a little bit of a wobble. Breathe in through. Continuing to move with control. You never want to slam that back knee down. Just go down as far as you're comfortable. 2, 1, and rotate. Excellent. Renegade or plank rows. Place the hands right underneath the shoulders. And 2, 1, whenever you're ready. Have your feet similar to those T push-ups, a little bit wider than your hips. Focus your gaze straight between your hands. Elbows come high as you pull that shoulder in. Fantastic. Having as little shift as possible side to side and ensuring that you're not locking out that support arm. So keep a little give in that elbow. That's 30 seconds, everybody. Hips stay level to the shoulders. Again, if you start to arch, please come down to the knees. You could be on the knees as well. Elbows high, pull that shoulder down and in. That's 45 seconds. Fantastic. Maybe one more each side. And 2, 1, and transition. Great job. We'll go back to the lunges. Depending upon your experience, either keep them unweighted or you can hold some weights if you'd like. We're going to start in 15 seconds. And if you're holding weights, you can hold 2 weights at the side, 2 weights up at the shoulder, or even just 1 weight up under your chin. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Controlling back, looking straight ahead. Nice job. If you added weight, still have that control. Don't let it drop you down quick. Nice and gentle. Fantastic. Good job. Eyes straight ahead. And long enough that you feel stable, but don't let that front knee shoot forward. So keep that heel planted, chest up. That's our 30-second mark. There you go. Looks good. Smart, Sharon. That's 45. Nice. If you're going that full minute, we have 10 seconds. Looks good, Jean. Work that hamstring. 2, 1, rotate. Awesome. Back to your Renegade or plank rows. Going in 5. Set the feet. Nice deep breath. And whenever you're ready, here we go. If you have a little bit lighter weights here, you can always add a little bit of challenge by pausing. So I pull the elbow high, hold it in, and then release. Everything strong. Good job. Holding that head neutral as well. So looking right between the wrist. Good work. That's our halfway point. 30 seconds down. If you're on your toes and need to go to the knees at any point, follow the body. Good job. And that's 45 done. Almost through that second round. We have just one more after this. And 2, 1, relax. Fantastic. 30 seconds till we go into those final lunges. Good work. Stepping it out, breathing through it. 15 seconds. Good time to grab another drink. And we'll be back to those lunges. Like I said, weight to the side, at the shoulders, or if you're like, maybe I'm not quite ready for weights, then just leave them on the floor. And 2, 1, here we go. Back and down, up and forward. Dig that heel into the floor. You're still gripping the toes. That's activating the arches of the foot. Help stabilize the ankle, up into the knee, up the chain into the hip. Fantastic. That looks great. Good step backs, Jean. Nice and smooth, Sharon. Over halfway, folks. That's 35 seconds down. Breathing through it. And 10 seconds left if you're going that full minute. And 3, 2, 1, rotate. Final time on the Renegades. Renegades are planks. Place the hands, our feet are going to be a little bit wider or on the knees. 2, 1, here we go. Pushing up out of that bottom shoulder. You don't want to drop into that support arm. And then imagine that lower part of your shoulder blade. It's kind of like the shape of a triangle pointing down your spine. You want to pull the bottom part of that triangle in towards your spine. So squeeze it into position as you row. Elbow high, hand to the side. Good job. That's over 30 in. And then feel that midline work as you switch sides. So holding everything nice and tight. Having as little movement as possible. That's 45 seconds. Woo. And maybe one more, 2, 1, and all done there. Good job. Shake it out. We'll do a couple stretches down here, and then we're going to be taking it into our final circuit. Let's go child's pose first, though. Toes together, walk the knees out, and reach those arms nice and long. Drop the hips back, drop the head down, and just bring your heart rate down just a hair before we take it up one more time today. Very good. We're going to come back to all fours. We're going to go one hand behind the head, elbow to elbow. Let's get about 7 of these rotations on each arm. You're going to have the option to go overhead in this last piece. First exercise of our final circuit, you can either do a regular squat or you can make it a thruster where you drive the weights up to overhead. So we're going to be demoing the thruster. So we're going to open up the mid back so we can better reach to overhead. Switch arms when you're ready. Hand behind the head, elbow to elbow, lifting up, peering over that shoulder. After the thruster, we go into a march. You can go unweighted or weighted. You can hold the weights at your side. You can hold them up under your chin, whatever feels best and most appropriate for your weights. From the march, we're going to take it back to the ground. We call them our get-ups. Go ahead and shake that out, everybody. Come on up. Let's stretch out your triceps, either standing or kneeling, 5 times each side for the side bends while I just talk us through. So like I said, the third exercise is our get-ups. So you're going to literally get down, lay flat, arms up to overhead, drive your arms, come into a sit-up. You can roll to one side as needed. You're coming all the way up, reach up to overhead, make your way back down. If you are rolling to the side, please alternate which side you move to. 45 seconds, getting on and off the ground. And then the last bit, you can either rest for 45 seconds, jump jack, or some step jacks before we get back into our thrusters. All right, so once you stretch out those triceps, let's warm up some squats next. We did some lunges, but let's just kind of sit the hips back. Make sure everything's feeling good here. Hips below the knees if you're able to keep those heels planted as you do so. Stand tall, feel it through. Beautiful. One more time there, reaching those arms out to help keep that chest up, sitting back and stand. Sharon, on the first movement, you could leave the legs out of it, overhead press. Okay, regular march. You can do some just regular sit-ups, not all the way up. And then just kind of just really take it easy, but be smart on your legs. All right, folks, we're gonna have 4 rounds of this. Total of 12 minutes. So pace yourself, rest as needed, and let's just have some fun with it. I'm gonna actually restart the clock so I can stay straight on where we are. Come on. All right, starting with those thrusters. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. So you can hold weights in both shoulders, controlling into that squat, out of the squat, driving straight up to overhead. Sinking back and breathe. Good job. Knees out, chest tall. And I'll tell you 30 seconds and then 45 is when we move to that next movement. So there's no assigned rest. You just need to rest as your body needs. There's 30. Controlling down, pushing high, and just watch so you don't let those ribs flare out. So we don't want to arch the back here. Midline tight. And 2, 1, here we go. Moving into that march. So you can keep the same weights, you can set them down, you can march without weights, however you want to do it. And either stationary or move it around. Especially if you have the weights at the side, check in with your upper body. So pull those shoulders back, squeeze them together. Nice. Good job, that's 30 seconds. We're taking it down to the floor for our get-ups next. And 5 seconds. Feel free if you want to set down your weights, get into position, and 2, 1, here we go. Try to lay flat, arms overhead, pushing through, reaching tall. Good job. Taking it back, reaching. As you sit up, push that low back flat to the floor. Very good. You're going side to side, just roll to one side and then switch it up. That's 30 seconds in. Very nice. Either resting or jump jacks next. And 2, 1, here we go. Nice job. 45 seconds, and then we'll be back to our thrusters. So I'll probably do jumping jacks for the 30 seconds, and then give 15 to get ready. There's our first 15. Nice job. Step in as needed. Keep some blood flow going. And that's 30 seconds. 15 seconds till we start set 2. Great time to grab a drink first. All right, some longer intervals today. Pace yourself. Round 2 and 2, 1. Here we go. Set the feet. Slight toe out for those squats. Control down. Either just stay straight up and down or taking it to overhead. Breathe. Nice. There you go, good. Back into the heels, pushing those knees out, eyes looking straight ahead. That's our 30-second mark. March is next. And 2, 1, and transition. Weighted or unweighted? Chest up, looking ahead. Nice work. We're coming up on 30 seconds. And we'll be taking it down to the floor for some get-ups. That's 30. All right, getting ready for those get-ups. Have good positions as you move. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Lay flat all the way through. We got burpees. You're like on and off the ground, but facing down. And sometimes we'll call these the sunny side burpees. Getting on and off the ground, face up. Sometimes easier than it sounds. That's 30 seconds. Keep breathing. Good positions of the knees. Maybe one more. Step jacks, jump jacks, or rest. 2, 1, and transition. Nice job. Woo. That's our halfway point. At the end of this set, we start in round 3 next. 30 seconds to go back to our thrusters. Nice work, folks. Fantastic, good. That's 30 seconds. 15 till we start. All right, same weights or different weights, or no weights for the thruster. However you want to do it. Slight toe out, feet about hip width apart. And here we go. Heels planted as you drop back. Control yourself into the bottom of the squat. Don't just bounce down there. Fantastic. Keep that breathing consistent. Eyes focused straight ahead. Breathing through it. 30 seconds down. Nice, great extension, pushing high to overhead. Getting ready for the march. 2, 1, rotate. Woo. If you're holding them at the sides like this, palms forward versus away. So help with that chest position. All right, we're coming up on 30. Getting ready for those get-ups. Second to last time. That's 30. All right, if you want to get into position, starting in 5. Laying flat, arms up to overhead, and begin when you're ready. It ends up being like you do a little bit of a lunge, a little bit of a squat, depending upon how you get on and off the ground. But also you can see why we need that mobility, why we want to be able to get all the way down, all the way up. Keeps us able to do our fundamentals of getting our body on and off the ground. That's 30 seconds in. Whew. Moving well, folks. Switching sides if you're going to that one leg. And 3, 2, 1. Making your way back up. Step jacks or jump jacks, second to last time. Fantastic. Woo. And don't forget to smile, have some fun. That's our first 15 seconds. If you don't want to jump jack, if you got some good Christmas music or just music in general, feel free to dance. Just try to enjoy yourself. All right, folks, that's 30 seconds. We have 15 seconds till we start our final round. Final set of thrusters. Pick your weight, set your feet, find what you're going to focus on, and here we go. Knees out, heels down, breathe through it. Nice. If your legs are toast, you can always just do that overhead press as well. There's 20 seconds. That's 30. Woo. Good job. Stay tight in your midline. And 2, 1. Time for the march. With weight or without weight. Breathing and moving. All right, we're almost done, folks. Get ups, and then our step jacks. Tall chest, 2, oh sorry, that's 30 seconds. 15 seconds to those get ups. All right, 5 seconds if you want to get in position. 2, 1, here we go. Lay flat, pull through. Good job. Pushing that low back into the floor. Rolling to one side as, if you're rolling to the side, just alternate which side you roll to. 15 seconds left. And we'll have everybody finishing it out. Step jacks, jump jacks, or simply dance. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Final 45 seconds. Woo! Good job. See if you can move all the way to the end here. You can step and keep it fun. 30 seconds left. Nice work, folks. Encourage yourself all the way to the finish. 20 seconds now. And if you're like, man, I'm really breathing hard, that's the whole point. Good job. Don't be critical. Just keep breathing through it. And 2, 1, all done. All right, give yourself a round of applause. Nice job. Grab some water and we'll cool it down. Check our time. All right, plenty of time. All right, let's keep us on our feet for the first part of the stretch. We're gonna find a wall. We're gonna open up the chest first. So elbow about 90 degrees, placed against the wall or a doorway if it's nearby. Step the leg closest to the wall forward. Lean into it and rotate away. Nice deep breaths. Feel free to just give a little smile. Good job. When you take this outside arm, circle it around. As you circle it back, open the chest a bit more. We're going to go 3 circles there. Reaching in front, reaching up, open through. Fantastic. Once more. Stretch it out. Take it through. Good work. And then let's turn it around. Same thing, other side. 90 degrees with the elbow. Step it forward. Lean in, open the chest, turn away. And just hold it at first. Breathing into that open chest position. And then when you're ready, you can take that outer arm, circle it through. Reaching out, reaching up, and all the way back around. Once more. Very good. So you can either stay standing for the tricep stretch, or if you feel okay to come into a lunge position, let's take the left knee down, and we're going to stretch that right side. Oh, sorry, I said left knee. So you have your left down, I wanted to mirror you. So reach your left arm up, keep the ribs down. We don't want to arch here. Bend the elbow, grab that elbow, and bend to the side. Sometimes that helps to put a little extra cushion under the knee. If your mat's a little bit thin. Good job. Shake it out. Same thing, other side. Switch legs. Again, you could be doing this standing. Your right arm, reach it up. Pull the chin in. Pull that elbow back, and then bending to the side. Three to 5. Very good. We're going to take it onto our backs. We're gonna do a little bit of some spinal twisting. If you'd like to use a block or a pillow, if you don't want to go too far into the twist, go ahead and grab something as you make your way down. Once you get down there, we're just gonna start with like a double kneaded chest. So just loosen that back up again. Pull the shoulders back, hug the knees in. We're gonna work into it. From here, when you're ready, extend your left leg straight out. Actively push your left thigh into the floor. Hug the right knee towards the right shoulder. So we're kind of opening up through the inner thigh here, and then go ahead and roll that ankle around on the right side. About 5 times each way. As you continue to push the left thigh down, pull the right knee to the right shoulder. Switch directions on that ankle roll. And then after you finish about 5 the other way, just kind of pull that knee across the body, keeping your shoulder down on the floor, hips down, just looking to open up through this outer glute area. So gently hugging it across. And if you'd like, you can kind of glide the knee up and down a little bit, just encouraging that glide through the hip. And when you're ready, go ahead, extend out the right leg. We're gonna do the same thing other side. So we're actively pushing the right thigh into the floor. Start with that left knee towards that left shoulder and ankle rolls. Five in one way and then switch directions, 5 the other. And then after that, finishing it with the glute stretch, gently pulling the left knee across the body to the right shoulder. And slide and glide up and down a bit. All right, very good. I'm gonna spin around so you can see. I'm gonna switch legs. We're gonna go back to that right side. And now we're gonna take it a little bit more into a spinal twist. So this is where if you wanna use the block or a pillow, you can take your right knee, bring it towards the right shoulder, and then we're gonna bring it across the body, resting on the block. Arms are gonna come up, splay them out wide to the side. And you're gonna take your right arm up and across to meet the left. And we're just gonna simply taking it all the way back across, following it with your gaze. Try to get that right shoulder back down towards the floor. I think about 3 to 5 times there, up and across. And on the last one, instead of coming back across, we're gonna walk the hands over the head. So like this, we can bring the hands together, walk the hands along the floor. See that I'm kind of cut off here. Reach them up and across and just get a nice sweeping motion to open. And then after you open all the way up, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So pull it up and across, extend out the legs, and then we're taking the left knee across this time, over to the right. Once you get in position, spread it out, left hand to the right hand, taking it across. Same idea, about 5 times here. That last time we'll walk the hand over the head. Whenever you're ready, walk the hands up and over. And then just take your time in that, call it the open book position here. Your pages, your arms are the pages of that nice, good book that you get to enjoy and read, hopefully around the holidays. My sister sent me an interesting one I'm looking forward to. And relax out of it. We're gonna go into one more twist. If you feel good for it, if you're like, hey, I don't wanna twist anymore, you could go happy baby or double kneaded chest again. Otherwise, we're gonna go into a bretzel. So you'll start similar. We're gonna go back to the right side, bringing the right knee across the body, using your block or pillow as you'd like. And you might just hang here. If you can, with your right hand, grab your left foot. And that's how you kind of make your pretzel. So you have your, that's my left foot, excuse me. Right hand's grabbing my left foot. And then you work yourself square. As always with our stretches, just gently encouraging some ranges of motion, but never forcing. Breathe. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And go ahead and release and switch sides. So now the left knee comes across, using your block as you'd like. Left hand grabs the left foot as able, peering over your left shoulder. And you may not be able to get into this position just depending upon your flexibility. Just do the best you can. You can also just go back to standing or that side lying quad stretch like we did earlier in the hour. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. Take your time, folks. Anything else you want to add in? Otherwise, thanks so much for coming and moving with us today. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate, and stay healthy.